why don't you love me like you used to do? How come you treat me like a worn out shoe? My hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Ain't had no loving like a hugging and a kissing in a long, long while. We don't get nearer further than a country mile. Why don't you spark like you used to do? Say sweet nothings like you used to coo. I'm the same old trouble that you've always been through. So why don't you love me like you used to do? Well, why don't you love me like you used to be? How come you find so many faults with me? Somebody's changed, so let me give you a clue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Ain't had no loving like a hugging and a kissing in a long, long while. We don't get nearer further and crosser than a country mile. Why don't you say the things you used to say? What makes you treat me like a piece of clay? My hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Caliga was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with an Indian maid over in the antique store. Caliga just stood there and never let it show, so she could never answer yes or no. He always wore his Sunday feathers and pelt of Tommy Hall. The maiden wore her beads and braids and hoped someday he'd talk. Kalijah, too stubborn to ever show a sign, because his heart was made of knotty pine. Poor old Kalijah, he never got a kiss. Poor old Kalijah, he don't know what he missed. Is he a wonder that his face is red? Kalijah, that poor old wooden head. Kalijah was a lonely Indian. He never went nowhere. His heart was set on the Indian maid with the coal black hair. Kalijah just stood there and never let it show, so she could never answer yes or no. And then one day a wealthy customer bought the Indian maid and took her oh so far away, but told Kalijah stayed. Kalijah just stood there as lonely as can be, and wishes he was still an old pine tree. Poor old Kalijah, he never got a kiss. Poor old Kalijah, he don't know what he missed. Is it any wonder that his face is red? Kalijah, that poor old wooden head. Thank you guys for coming out. It's sure been a pleasant time. Hope to see you back here real soon. The country time. Kalijah don't know what he missed until the woman came back, give him a kiss. Kalijah, 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 Kalijah.